Hey there, I'm Rita Bearcat and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are just joining for the first time, this is actually day 30 of 30 days of art challenges. I sent out 30 art challenges to my subscribers and I decided to do them here on YouTube. I will leave a link below if you want to have those 30 art challenges in your inbox. This is super exciting to me because this means that I have done actually 30 days of art challenges. I did all of them in my art journal except for this piece that I'm doing today, which I will add to my art journal later. Because sometimes you need a flat surface, and my art journals have gotten so big and bulky with all the cool mixed media goodness that goes in an art journal. So right now what you're seeing is watercolor paper. And I drew my girl on the watercolor paper and I cut up all of these little pieces of music note paper, and it's actually wrapping paper, so it's quite slick, but I am using some gel medium to adhere them down to the page. So in this project I wanted to incorporate a lot of the things that we've done all through the 30 videos. And so if you haven't watched the other videos, you should go back and watch them all because they do all have different techniques. Right now we're doing a little bit of collage. And throughout all the videos, I give lots of tips of different things that I'm doing during the videos while I'm doing the process of my art. And so this is super exciting to get to the 30 days and be able to pull all these things together in one project. So once I've got all my pieces down, I can work on another section while that dries. I'm starting with the shading of the face, and that's what I try to do first. Not always, but a lot of times, especially with watercolor. And I seem to be on a watercolor kick right now. But I do use watercolor in acrylics, in pastels. I use everything, but for this particular one, for the face, I'm using watercolor. And so I'm going in with some darker blues to try to get some highlights in there. Or shadowing, sorry, not highlights. Highlights I'll do later. So now that I'm doing the skin, I did, to be honest, do a little more orange than I had intended in the skin. I do like to mix my own colors, and this came out quite orangey, so I had to pick up and lift with a paper towel some of that color, just so that I can get the tones right. And a lot of times that's what you have to do, is you have to play with it and you have to keep working at it until you feel like it's right to you. when you're using watercolor and you want solid lines, it's really important to do a section at a time and let the other section dry before you paint something right next to it, which is why you see me jumping around a bit between the skin color, the eye color. Like I can't go in and do the black of the iris because I have to wait for the outside color to dry before I can attempt that, because I want super clean lines. So if you're using watercolor, that's definitely something that you want to keep in mind. If you want super clean lines, you're going to have to let each section dry before you paint the section right next to it. Now, as you can see on the bodice, the paper that I used for the notes, the wrapping paper, the paint is pooling up on top of it. So I ended up having to do several layers, and it actually worked out to my benefit because it carried a lot of depth. So just something to keep in mind. Every paper is different, and sometimes you have to work around these things. I could have done a clear layer of gesso on top of that paper, and that would have worked out really well. But then that would have made the whole entire surface the exact same, and I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to have different areas that are different colors of the same color. And so for this piece, I am doing a monochromatic piece, so lots of different colors of blue, except for her skin, of course, and her lips, because we wouldn't want those to be blue. Now, once I get everything painted, I knew that the background, I wanted it to have a lot of texture. And so I had a couple of choices. I could either do the background first and let it completely dry, or do it now and just kind of work around it. And the reason why I didn't do it at first is because I knew it would take a long time to dry, and I didn't want to lay my hand in it while I was painting the entire piece. So it's a trade-off. Either way that you do it, you're going to have to wait for it to dry or use heat gun. And so I'm adding some modeling paste so I can get a lot of texture in the background. And once it's completely dry, then I can add color on top. Sometimes you can mix color into some modeling paste, but this particular one is quite runny, so I didn't want to add paint to it. I'd rather paint on top of it once it's totally dry. So what you see now is I'm erasing with an eraser, just a white eraser, some drawing gum that I had put on there before I started the entire painting, which I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video. And it's all it does is it keeps those areas white while you're painting, And when you're painting with a lot of blues and reds stain a lot. Your deep, rich colors, they're going to stain. So if you try to add white on top of it later when it's done, sometimes you don't get a pure white. So I made sure that I used the drawing gum for this purpose because I knew I wanted to have some areas that are completely white. And now I'm adding some color to the modeling paste. And I will say it wasn't completely dry. I should have waited a little bit longer. So I had to do a lot of touching up afterwards. And I did add a couple of different color blues on top of this light color in some areas just to make it not pop so much, because I wanted her to be the focus, not the background. And because it was so light, it kind of drew the eye. So that's something you want to consider when you're doing your projects is, you know, what part of it is it that you really want to pop? What do you want the people to look at? And to me, the girl is more important, of course, than the background. So I want to make sure that she's really popping. So I'm adding some finishing touches anywhere where I might see anything, little black lines just to make things pop with a pen. And I really enjoyed doing these 30 videos. I hope that you enjoyed them too. If you didn't, go back and watch them because they all do have a lot of different tutorials, different ideas and things to do. And for this one, because it's my 30th, I wanted to throw in something special for you. So I did animate my art, which was totally fun to do. I do this every once in a while. Here she is. And I thought this was so fun, so I wanted to include that for you. I do have the link below for the 30 videos if you are interested in that, and the 30 art challenges, not videos. The 30 videos you can find here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and if you've been enjoying this, I hope that you are subscribing to my channel. And also, I wanted to let you know that on Mondays, I do Mixed Media Monday live on Facebook at Rita Bearcat 1, and you can come over and check that out and join us because we're always doing some type of artsy tip, some type of mixed media tutorial. And it's 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook at Rita Bearcat 1. So thank you so much for watching my videos. I hope you will give this a like and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in the next video, because just because I'm done with 30 challenges doesn't mean I'm done with YouTube. So I will see you in the next video, and thank you so much for watching.